Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Lady Jacket Volleyball here this afternoon on Stretch Internet. Glad you can join us. The Lady Jackets hosting the Malone University Pioneers in another GMAC contest here today. It should be a good one. Seems like we were just here, and we were last night. And an early start this afternoon, 1 o'clock. Teams will start playing. We're glad again you can join us. I'm Jim Clark, glad to call the play-by-play, joined by my wife and former Lady Jacket head coach Teresa Clark. And Teresa, what can we expect here this afternoon?
Well, we've looked over the two teams and their schedules and the common opponents that they've had, and they've had several. And if you look at them, and I'll just tell you about it, and then we'll talk about them. They both played Hillsdale. Malone lost in 3. Cedarville lost, but it took 4. They both played Finley. Malone lost in 3, where Cedarville won that 3-1. Malone lost to Kentucky Wesleyan, and Cedarville won that, and we could keep going on and on, but it's very, very back and forth. Cedarville has a little bit of edge when you compare the opponents that they've played so far this season.
Lady Jackets come into today's match after defeating Ursuline last evening here at home, a 13-4 overall record. They are 3-1 in the GMAC. On the other side, Malone comes in with a very deceptive 4-16 record, and they won their first ever GMAC contest last night over at Ohio Valley. That one went 5 sets, and Malone, former members of the American Media Conference way back in NAIA days, and then recently of the GLIAC, and then this year we're glad to have them in the GMAC. But that 4-16 record, very deceptive. They've been in a lot of close battles, and especially in 6 5-set matches, they have taken teams all the way to the limit. So we'll see how it goes today. And let's join public address announcer Darren Miller for our pregame announcements. That will include the invocation, the playing of our national anthem, and the introduction of both teams. We're about set to go here this afternoon from the Callan Athletic Center. The Lady Jackets of Cedarville hosting the Pioneers of Malone University out of Canton, Ohio. And it should be an exciting contest. Again, glad you can join us here. A busy day in Cedarville sports, both cross-country teams on the road. And we'll have a couple home soccer doubleheaders, the women and the men hosting Aldous and Broadus later this afternoon and this evening. But right now, it's all volleyball, Cedarville and Malone.
And today, I think what we need to realize about Malone is they are a very strong blocking team. They have solid blocks, and Cedarville's got to adjust to that. Cedarville's going to have to cover behind their hitters in case they are blocked, because it's going to happen. And if they don't have that defense, Malone's going to dominate at the net. Malone is a very scrappy defensive team, and so Cedarville's going to have to make sure they make those adjustments. And speaking of defense, Cedarville has adjusted their defense and used it pretty effectively last night, and so it'll be interesting to see what happens today in that new defense.
Lady Jackets in their home white jerseys, blue numerals trimmed in yellow. Malone wearing some dark gray jerseys with dark blue numbers trimmed in white. For Cedarville, Wilkerson, Cricky, and Pratt across the front row. Shelton, Becker, and Cardwell on the back line. And Kristen Cardwell, one of 4 seniors, will serve to get this match underway. Here comes a back row attack, partially tipped at the net by Cricky. Cardwell, her first set of the night. And in the afternoon, I should say, Cricky on the kill attempt, saved there by Malone defense. There's Cardwell on the dig. Becker will send it back far side to Pratt. She winds up and puts it across the net, and the kill goes to Chrissy Pratt. Cedarville leads it 1-0.
And we were able to see Malone playing scrappy defense right there, and Cedarville's going to make that adjustment, but Cedarville so far is attacking well.
Cardwell, another serve. Hit from the middle will be good. First kill of the afternoon will go to Haley Cool, the senior out of San Clemente, California. We're tied at 1. High floating serve by libero Lindsay Trusty. Here's Pratt from the right side. That's dug on the back line by the Pioneers. Another back row attack coming by Malone. Wilkerson from the right side. A little bit of a roll shot passed up there by Trusty of Malone. Here comes an attack from Faith Lau. It's going to be in that far back corner. Malone has the lead at 2-1.
And Malone saw that back corner and was wide open, and Abby was up into the court a little bit too much, and they were able to hit it successfully.
Trusty on another serve. This is Cardwell, back set, flips it over the net, but there's Malone hustling, and they will get it across the net. Nicely done by the Pioneers. Wilkerson right side attack, cross court, dug on the back line by the Pioneers, up into the rafters, and a tough play right there to handle by Hannah Eliason. It'll be point for Cedarville.
And Cedarville's going to have to continue to bring their A game to this match today in order to stay successful in the conference.
Chrissy Pratt with the jump serve, sends it across the net. Little tip shot near side by Faith Lau, defended by Cedarville. Back row attack coming from Wilkerson. Passed up by Trusty. There's a point off the kill of Malone's Hannah Eliason, the freshman from Ypsilanti, Michigan. 3-2 Pioneers.
And Cedarville's block is not timing well right now. They need to adjust that in order to keep the momentum going their way.
Serve coming for the Pioneers. Sydney Black, a freshman from Senecaville, Ohio. Right side attack by Wilkerson. Ball batted around, sent over by Black. Here's Becker on the pass to Cardwell. Outside to Shelton, and she drills it down line for the point.
Perfectly played by Abby Shelton. She saw that down line, back deep was totally open. In the air, she made the adjustments with her shoulder, sent it down, kept it in bounds, which was really important, and she got the kill.
3-3, Rachel Cricky, a senior, serving on the back line. Right side attack, roll shot, will not clear the net. Point Cedarville, they lead at 4-3.
Right now, Malone needs to pass the ball in front of the 10-foot line for their setter so that she can get her offense in rhythm.
Senior Rachel Cricky out of North Royalton leading the team at 97%, puts that one across in play, and the Pioneers cannot get the ball across the net. That one a hitting error by Sydney Black, 5-3 Cedarville.
And so far, Malone's back attack has not been successful.
Cricky spins it, floats it across the net. A tough play on the back row for the Pioneers. Will try and make something out of it. There's the dig by Cricky. Now Cardwell on the set to Gabby Olson, making her first appearance of the match. Gets the kill right off the bat out of the middle.
And Malone's block's going to have to adjust to the height of Gabby Olson.
Gabby, 6'4" junior, Gibsonia, Pennsylvania, transferred to Cedarville this year from Clarion University in Pennsylvania. Cricky on the serve. Middle attack by Adams goes out of bounds, going for that far deep corner. 7-3 Cedarville here in the early going of set one.
And Malone saw that spot and that it was open, and so they tried to attack that back corner. Sent it a little too deep. Cedarville was able to see that it was going out of bounds and not touch it, and it results in Cedarville getting another point, which gives them a little bit of a gap. So Coach Tanya Hockman decided it was time to change this momentum and talk about the passing game that her team needs to do and get them back in this set before it gets out of hand.
7-3 is our score, largest lead of the set here in the early going. Coach Tanya Hockman in her 18th year at Malone, a record of 418 wins and 270 losses. Coach Walters in his 9th year at Cedarville, 189 wins, 125 losses. And Teresa will talk more about it maybe a little bit later, but you coached a lot of matches against Coach Hockman at Malone.
I remember when Coach Hockman took over the team at Malone, and she was a young college-level coach, and it was really fun to develop a friendship with her over these years that we have stayed very connected, and she is certainly a great coach and an incredible person.
This is the 51st meeting all-time between the two teams in volleyball. As we mentioned, way back into NAIA days, this was a big rivalry. And the Lady Jackets leading that series 30-20. Been a great long-time rivalry. We're back to the action. Here's the serve by Cricky. Here comes a near side attack by Faith Lau. That will be good. Put it right back down. Did Wilkerson. 8-3 Cedarville.
And again, Malone's going to have to pass the ball into an effective place for their setter to get all three offensive tools going, or they're not going to be able to stick with Cedarville's attacks.
Quick attack in the middle. Blocked right back down. Basically, Gabby Olson getting that one taken care of. And Cricky getting the job done on the back line, serving for Cedarville. She'll go in that back corner. Here comes another set of the middle. Adams tries it again, and that'll be an illegal hit, putting it across with, not hitting it evenly with both hands, and that's the 10th point of the set.
Smart play. She found the sweet spot from Cedarville's defense that she needed to hit, but she just didn't do it legally.
Adams, just a sophomore from Medina, Ohio, on that last violation. Here comes Shelton from the left side, tipped at the net. Malone admits they touched it on the block attempt. 11-3 Cedarville. Nice job by the Pioneers to call the honor call.
Well done.
And Rachel Cricky again serving for Cedarville. They have put up 8 straight points on the board. Have the Lady Jackets. Here comes Lau from the near side. That one's going to be blocked out of bounds. Wilkerson and Olson unable to keep it in play.
Malone did a nice job of tooling Cedarville's block, sending it out of bounds, and they need to do more effective thinking and working that kind of system in order to get back in this set.
Now the Pioneers will serve it. Tough pass right there from Becker to Cardwell. She makes something out of it. Olson is blocked at the net. Cardwell there to set it near side to Wilkerson. Goes cross court. There's the dig by the Pioneers. Adams goes to that far back corner. This time Pratt is there. Now Olson in the middle, and the Pioneers save it. Another dig by Pratt. Set outside to Shelton. Goes right down into the back corner past a diving Maggie Hamrock for the kill.
Abby just has great vertical and hang time, and then she can do a quick whip, we used to call it, in her arm swing, and straight down it went with power.
Abby's third kill of the match. Abby Woodard, the sophomore from Camden, Ohio, in to serve for the Lady Jackets. Here comes the slide attack by Adams, and waiting for it right there, Shelton and Olson on the double block.
That block is solid and it is high when you put Shelton and Olson together, and so Malone's going to have to adjust to that.
Ball just flipped over the net. Becker there on the dig. Cardwell jump serve to Olson, and unable to handle it is Trusty in the back line, the libero for the Pioneers, and it is now a 10-point advantage for Cedarville at 14-4. Woodard will float it across just inside the 10-foot line. Beautifully placed, but the Pioneers scramble, keep it in play. Woodard on the pass. Cardwell goes up and puts it down at the 10-foot line for her first kill of the afternoon.
And again, Cardwell in action. She's able to get up, and she sees that open spot. She looks like she's getting ready to set the ball, but instead she sends it over, and Malone's defense wasn't quick enough to react to that, and that's caused Malone to take their second timeout.
An 11-point lead here in the early going of set number 1. If you follow collegiate volleyball, you know it's a best 3 out of 5 sets up to 25 points. You must win by 2 points in each set. If it happens to go to a 5th set, that one is played to 15, and again, needing to win that one by 2 points.
We talked a little bit before this set about how Malone's defense plays real scrappy ball. They've always been strong on defense, and they actually are playing good defense. They just can't get their offensive game going. They need to do a better job with their serve receive. Their serve receive is popping up behind the 10-foot line, which is causing their setter not to be able to get the offensive game going. On the flip side, Cedarville's doing a really good job of playing their game, and they're in their rhythm. This defense is working, and they're able to get the passes into the hands of Cardwell, and she's just using all her offensive tools, and so far Cedarville has been very effective.
5 assists in the set for Kristen Cardwell, one of 4 seniors on the squad. Here comes another serve from Abby Woodard. The set by Katherine Miller, blocked right back down, point for Cedarville.
And Cedarville needed to have a solid block game, and so far they're doing really well at the net with their block.
Woodard again goes far deep corner. Tough play for the Pioneers defense. Free ball put across by Black. Becker on the pass to Cardwell. Slide attack by Olsen. She puts it right at the feet of Maggie Hamrock for a powerful kill.
And I'm not sure, I've never had a discussion with Gabby about that, but I dare say that's her favorite attack. She is so effective when she does a middle slide.
Olsen's 3rd kill of the set. Here comes an attack by Faith Lau. Dug on the back line. Cardwell will flip it over, and it will find space on the floor. And the Lady Jackets, everything working like a well-oiled machine. They lead at 18-4.
And Cardwell's going to keep doing that until Malone pulls it up and keeps her from being successful.
Missed serve there by Woodard will give the point to Malone. 18-5 is the lead. Going back to serve for the Pioneers will be Faith Lau, a freshman from Navarre, Ohio. Little jump floater serve. Cardwell way high set outside to Shelton. Kind of mistimed that attack. That'll be a point for Malone.
And that was off the net, and the set was off the net on Cedarville's side, and Abby had to reach behind her and was not able to keep it in play.
Short serve, Becker on the pass, Cardwell. There's that slide by Olsen. This time Malone is there, but they're in the net on the blocking attempt. That'll be a point, Cedarville. 19-6 is our score. Shelton back to serve.
And if Malone had stayed out of the net, that's exactly what we talked about before this set. Cedarville was not there to cover behind their hitter if they got blocked.
Shelton will serve it off the back line, giving the ball and the serve right back to the Pioneers. And this is Mallory Adams, the 6-foot sophomore, serving from the back line. Cardwell on the back set. Out of the back row is Shelton, and that cannot clear the net. Does Abby? 19-8 Cedarville.
And Gabby pulled her arm down too far, not realizing how far off the net she really was.
Adams, far back corner. Pratt on the pass. This is an attack by Olsen. Unable to keep it in play on the back row was Hamrock of the Pioneers. 20-8 is our score. Cedarville in the lead. Olsen now with a match-high 5 kills. Becker serving. Here comes Miller on the set. Down line, a beautifully placed hit by Veronica Gehring for the point for Malone.
And that was well played, a smart play. They were able to get over the block, and they saw that defense was not covering deep down line, and a very successful kill for Malone.
Short serve into the net, point right back to Cedarville. That one went just short of the net. Tori Hall, the freshman from Worcester, Ohio, can't get it in play. 21-9 Cedarville. Cardwell now for Cedarville serving. That's a tough, long floating serve out of bounds. Another missed serve. Both teams having a little bit of trouble. Lindsay Trusty serving for the Pioneers. Cardwell should go out of the back row to Pratt. Nice dig there by the Pioneers, but unable to get to the second ball. was Torrey Hall, 22-10. Cedarville just 3 points away from taking set one.
We saw Chrissy Pratt doing that last night. She was able to do a very effective attack from the back row.
Big serve right there again by Pratt. Nicely passed up by the Pioneers, but that will be a double hit called against Malone.
Malone sent the ball, that pass sent the ball right at the net, and the setter just couldn't stay out of the net in order to try to keep it in play.
Pratt leading the team with 28 aces coming into today's match against Malone. Puts that one across the net. There's a little tip shot. Cardwell there on the dig. Now Becker, she'll pass it up to the right side to Catherine Adair, who's checked into the lineup. Adair goes up again to put it across. It's saved there by the Pioneers. Shelton from the far side. That is a tough angle for Abby from that left side, and she finds it just at the 10-foot line. We're at set point. Adair wearing jersey number 4, 6'1" freshman from Woodinville, Washington. Pratt will miss the serve, out of bounds, 24-11. Cedarville still set point.
And I love aggressive serving, but I want them in. Cedarville has missed 4 serves so far this set.
Sydney Black, a freshman, into the back row to serve for Coach Hockman. Puts it across. Pratt there with the pass up to Cardwell. Quick set, tipped by Cricky, out of bounds off the hand of the Malone frontline player. That will do it for set number 1. The Lady Jackets take it rather easily, 25-11. Our last tie was when the teams were at both 3 points apiece, and from that point on, the Lady Jackets just continued to increase their lead. They end up winning it by 14 points, 25-11 over Malone.
We did not see a particularly standard play from Malone that set. I don't know if it's adjusting to the gym. I don't know if it's adjusting to traveling here from West Virginia last night, but they were not as effective as I've seen them play. Their block wasn't there. Their offensive attacks were not there. We saw occasionally 1 or 2, but not consistent, and that's going to have to get better in order for them to be effective and stay in this match during the second set.
We saw it last night when the Lady Jackets hosted Ursuline. They had some issues on traffic trying to get down to Cedarville when they were kind of scrambling to get ready to play last night. It just took a set for them to get their legs under them. They dropped that one 25-10. And here we have Malone down in West Virginia last night, a 5-set victory over Ohio Valley, then coming back up here to play an early afternoon start in Cedarville. It's just got to be a little bit of a tough adjustment, and we'll see if they can kind of put their act together here in the second set.
Well, Malone is a strong blocking team, but Cedarville was able to take their offensive out of their game, and they had 0 blocks for that set. And that is not a usual type of play for Malone. So that kind of shook them up a little bit and got them out of rhythm. And that's exactly what Cedarville wanted to do. That was part of the game plan. Cedarville, on the other hand, had 3 solid blocks, and that shut down what little offensive attack game that Malone had. And so Cedarville's got to keep that up. They've got to keep a blocking game up. Their adjustment needs to be covering their hitters behind their block, because if Malone comes out with their strong blocking game, that's where Cedarville could find a dip on their side of the net.
Pretty good indication as we look at the official stats from the first set as far as the way it turned out. The attack percentage usually is a good idea of where the match and sets go. Lady Jackets at 500, 15 kills, just 2 errors out of 26 attempts. On the other side of the net, it was Malone hitting at a negative 182 hitting attack percentage, just 4 kills. They had 8 errors out of 22 attempts. Certainly the blocking of Cedarville a big factor in that. But how about Gabby Olson, 5 kills out of 7 attempts for a 714 attack percentage.
And if you're looking at that stat and you're her coach, you say to your setter, setter, setter. Until they can stop her attack game, give her the ball.
Both teams back out onto the court, have switched sides of the net. Lady Jackets on the right, Pioneers on the left. Cricky, Pratt, Wilkerson on the front line, Cardwell, Becker, and Shelton on the back row for Cedarville. It'll be the Pioneers serving to get set number 2 underway. Torrey Hall puts it across the net. It'll be Wilkerson on the attack attempt. Goes right after the libero, Trusty, for the point.
Malone needs to get their block game going on. They have to read that. They have to get there, and they need to block if they're going to stop Cedarville's offense. Cedarville's in a rhythm.
Back set. Kill put down by Veronica Gehring for the first point of the set for the Pioneers. Lindsay Trusty serving for Malone. Passed up by Pratt. Cardwell will be called for a lift violation, trying to put it across for the kill attempt. Malone has the lead.
And you can see that ball change directions, and that means you have a double hit going on, and so that was a good call.
Trusty again serving to Becker, this time on the pass. Back set to Wilkerson. A beautifully placed tip shot by the sophomore Taylor Wilkerson. We're tied at 2.
Taylor did a nice job of adjusting to the block. She saw it in front of her. She knew she wasn't going to be able to swing in full power and tool it, so she tipped it over. Smart volleyball.
Rachel Cricky in the back row to serve. Gabby Olson on the front line, and there's Olson and Wilkerson. Another big block on the right side by the middle hitter and outside hitter of Cedarville.
This is the first time Malone has seen Gabby Olson on the other side of the net, and so they're going to have to adjust to the height and the effectiveness of her block.
Back row attack coming from Adams. Another big block right there by the 6'4" middle Gabby Olson. 4-2 Cedarville. Cricky again on the serve. Back set, near side attack put across the net by Eliason. This is Cricky sending it to the far side to Wilkerson. Just kind of sets that ball across the net, not with a lot of power, but it found the floor.
And that's exactly right. It found the floor. Even without a heart attack, not meaning a health issue, but a hard, not heart.
Tip shot. Cricky can't get down to it at 6'1". It'll be a point for the Pioneers.
The Pioneers are trying to use a different offensive look, and so they said, let's try tipping a little bit deep of the middle hole, and it was effective.
Sydney Black serving for Malone. They trail 5-3. There's the pass by Shelton. A tough play for Cardwell to try and get something out of it, but Wilkerson comes scrambling out of nowhere to put it across. Little tip shot will be done nicely inside the 10-foot line by Faith Lau of Malone.
And Angela needs to read that. You could see Malone's player literally turn her shoulders, which means she's going across court in short, and she needs to be behind that.
Floater serve by Black goes out of bounds. Easy point for Cedarville. They lead at 6-4. Abby Woodard will check in, replacing Wilkerson. Go to the serving line, Will Woodard. Short serve, ace for the sophomore Abby Woodard in front of a diving Faith Lau.
Abby Woodard really did a really nice job last night with her serve. Her serve game was very effective.
And Woodard will get credited with another service ace as Faith Lau cannot handle the serve of Abby.
It looks like she's still in rhythm, just like she was last night.
8-4 Cedarville here in set 2. Back row attack coming, roll shot, partially tipped at the net. Here's Cardwell. She's going to go to Olson, and Malone has no answer for Gabby Olson right now. 9-4 Cedarville.
And that's exactly right. Right now, their block and their defense cannot handle Gabby's quick swing, and so Cedarville needs to remember that and use that tool effectively.
Adams from the middle attack, partially blocked to the net. Cedarville tries to recover, but it hits the far antenna. Point for the Pioneers. Couple substitutions check in for Malone. Back to serve will be Maggie Hamrock, a sophomore from Hilliard, Ohio. Pratt steps in front of Becker for the pass on the serve receive. Shelton from the left side finds the floor for the kill. Abby's 6th of the contest.
And Abby is playing effectively tonight as well. She is playing good defense. She is playing obviously well at the net. and even her block game is on.
Sophomore setter Catherine Miller called for the illegal double hit, 11-5 Cedarville. Shelton on the serve, barely cleared the net, but it got over. Here's a putback by Pratt. Now Malone setting up the offense. Tip shot by Lau, dug by Pratt. Cardwell goes up, and she goes cross court, but just off. Be a touch by Malone. Looked like it went out of bounds, but as it did, touched by the Pioneers, 12-5 Cedarville.
I can't tell if Coach Walters was excited about that kill or wanted her to set the ball. Doesn't matter, she got the point.
And an ace serve by Abby Shelton, 13-5 Lady Jackets. They've put up 4 straight points. Coach Hockman will take the first of her 2 timeouts here as Cedarville pulling ahead here in set 2 after taking set 1, 25-11.
And Malone just looks like they're playing almost like a slow game. They got to pick up their game. They got to be a little quicker to get under the ball to keep it playable, but they've got to get their sets going to their offensive tools faster if they want to scramble Cedarville's block. Right now, Cedarville's block's kind of camping out on them, and so a little bit of adjustment needs to happen for them to get back into this set. Cedarville right now needs to not let go. They've got to keep their A game coming and keep this rhythm going, and again, so that they can keep on a roll to get this set number 2.
Lady Jackets getting it done as they did last night. A very balanced attack on the front line led by, thus far, Gabby Olson with 6 kills. Abby Shelton with officially 5 kills, 4 from Taylor Wilkerson, 3 from setter Kristen Cardwell, 2 from Chrissy Pratt. So Cardwell getting the passes and distributing the ball nicely.
Very balanced, very balanced.
Back to the action. Abby Shelton again preparing to serve. Tough play there on the set by Catherine Miller. And another violation on the double hit, 14-5 Cedarville.
And she knew as soon as the whistle blew that that was on her. And you could kind of tell with the direction of the ball again, but she'll clean it up.
Miller this time sets it better on the left side, and the big block right there by Cardwell and Olson for the point. 10-point lead for Cedarville, 15-5 as they just continue to keep the momentum and the pedal to the metal, as they say. And tough play there. Malone cannot get it across the net. 16-5 is the score here. Another aggressive serve by Shelton. This will be a free ball put over the net by Malone. Shelton on the pass to Cardwell. She'll go up strong with the left hand and get the kill. Beautifully done by Kristen Cardwell.
And Kristen just times that perfectly. She does it effectively every set and gets lots of kills per match. She just can see that open hole in the middle and hits it well.
Tough serve right there again by Shelton. Unable to handle it cleanly was Maggie Hamrock. It's an 18-5 score here in favor of Cedarville. Coach Hockman has put back into the lineup her freshman setter Tori Hall, replacing sophomore Catherine Miller. And the Pioneers scrambling. This will be a free ball. Shelton is there in a diving dig attempt. Pratt from the near side. Blocked right back down. Well done by the front line of Adams and Hall of Malone.
And that's what we talked about before this match ever started, that Malone does have a good block, but Cedarville needs to cover behind their hitter. There was no one behind Chrissy as she went up to hit, and the block just sent it straight down.
Becker on the pass from the Malone serve. Little tip shot in the middle by Olson. Back set. Here's the slide by Adams. There's much better. Becker to cover that tip attempt. Now here's Erin McCullough, who has checked in, the freshman from Delaware, Ohio, on the tip shot, but a big kill from the left side by Veronica Gehring of the Pioneers. 18-7 Cedarville.
And the new setter's doing a nice little job coming in here and sending it to their offensive tool who's going across court. Very effective.
Faith Lau in the serve, another freshman for the Pioneers. Here's Gabby Olson just off the block attempt, kind of an awkward attempt, but Olson gets the kill.
And that last play, not this one, but the one before, Angela Becker did a nice job of adjusting and getting behind Chrissy and was able to pull the ball up. That's what we're talking about.
Big block right side. Cardwell and Cricky off the kill attempt of Gehring. Angela Becker serving 94% on the year. Tough pass at the net. Pratt was there to battle, kept it alive. Gehring on the cross-court kill attempt. Becker on the pass up to Cricky. Little tip shot in the middle, but a good play by the Pioneer defense. Adams partially blocked by Cricky. Cardwell has Cricky in the middle. Goes deep. Malone dives. Can't get to it. 21-7 Cedarville.
Right now, Malone is not able to handle the middle attack that Cedarville gives them, whether it's Gabby Olson in the front row or Rachel Cricky. Either middle is able to do an effective game, and so Cedarville needs to remember that's their effective tool right now.
Coach Hockman makes a substitution. She does have one timeout remaining, but it's 21-7. Here's Cardwell. Near side attack, Pratt. She drills it at Trusty, who can't not quite get the pass up to the front line. 22-7. Lady Jackets just 3 points away from leading it 2-0. Becker on the serve. Adams on the roll shot. Becker, a beautiful pass to Cardwell. Again, Pratt from the left side through the block and right at Sydney Black for the kill.
And Chrissy Pratt is getting her sets now so that she can get her attacks from the front row.
Here comes the set by Hall. Adams on the right side. That one will be in just inside the back corner for the point for Mallory Adams.
And again, Malone was able to read and see the deep part of the court was open on Cedarville's side and was effectively able to hit it. Gives them a point.
Adams will go to the back line to serve. Becker passing it up to Cardwell. This is Pratt out of the back row. Pushes it with two hands out of bounds. Going for that near sideline, or far sideline, I should say, 23-9 Cedarville.
Chrissy Pratt turned her shoulders a little too much. Sent it out of bounds.
Becker on the pass. Cardwell back set to Pratt from the right side. There's Trusty on the dig. Back row attack coming from Adams. Becker steps in for the pass. Here's Cardwell. This time Pratt will tip it over the block, and that will be good for the point for Cedarville. We're at set point, 24-9. Cardwell serving for set point right into the net. Another missed serve, 24-10. We're still at set point. It'll be in the hands of Tori Hall for Malone. Pratt, Becker, McCullough on the back row for Cedarville. This one will be sent to Becker. Cardwell out of the back row. Pratt. Malone scrambling, can't keep it in play, and set number two will go to Cedarville by an identical score, by 1 point off the first one. It was 25-11. This one 25-10. Lady Jackets over Malone to lead the match here 2-0.
Well, Malone's they're back against the wall now. They've got a lot of adjusting to do. They've got to get that ball passed to the setter and let all three go up and draw Cedarville's block. They have not been able to do that. Their serve receive's got to get better, and they've got to get their block game going if they want to stay actively involved in this match. On the flip side, Cedarville's doing well. They're passing the ball well. They're serving aggressive and well. They are blocking well. They're attacking well. And so far, their A game is here, and they've got to keep that up. They can't come out and just relax on the court. They've got to still play through in order to make sure that they do an effective job of getting this third set in order to win the match.
Let's just quickly look at some of these statistical highlights here before we take a break. For the Pioneers of Malone, not much happening offensively, although they have improved their attack percentage a little bit. It is still in the negative, though, at -2%. 3 kills from Faith Lau to lead the way, 10 assists for their setter, Tori Hall. And on the back row, a couple players with just 3 digs each and just 1 block put up on Cedarville by the Pioneers. On the other side of it, a lot of balance in the front line. 7 kills for Gabby Olson, 6 for Chrissy Pratt, 5 for Abby Shelton. Kristen Cardwell, 20 assists, and on the back row, 8 digs from Angela Becker and 6 blocks, led by 5 from Olson.
And Olsen's got her game going. She's attacking well. She's blocking well. And so we need to keep that game going. Malone has not been able to adjust to her block, not been able to adjust to her offensive kills. And so they'll have to regroup from Abby's attack in order to, if they can shut her down, they might have a chance to stay actively involved in this third set.
Well, we're going to take a break of about 5 or 6 minutes. Stay with us. We'll just have a camera view of our court down below us. But when we come back, we'll get you ready for set number 3 here in the Callan Athletic Center. Also would like to remind you, if you're watching here this afternoon, love to have you send us an email, sportsinfo@cedarville.edu, sportsinfo@cedarville.edu. Let us know you're out there watching. Any comments or suggestions, we would love to hear from you. But stay with us. You're watching Lady Jacket Volleyball here on Stretch Internet. And welcome back this afternoon to the Callan Athletic Center, where the Lady Jackets are hosting the Pioneers of Malone University in Great Midwest Athletic Conference volleyball action. And we're about a minute from the start of set number 3. The Lady Jackets well in control here thus far, winning the first one 25-11, and set number 2 25-10. Jim and Teresa Clark with you this afternoon.
Just like we said before we went off the air, Malone is going to have to make some adjustments. They're going to have to get the passing game and especially the serve receive going in the hands of their setter so that they can run an offense. And they need their block game to go, but they have not been able to handle Gabby Olson for sure. And even some of our outside hitters have been able to get around and over their block. And so we'll see what set 3 has to bring.
Lady Jackets will serve the ball to start set number 3. We thought it might happen. Coach Walters has made a lineup adjustment. We see freshman Brooke Blattner out of Quakertown, Pennsylvania, starting off in the middle position, wearing jersey number 8. Here comes the set from Cardwell. Right side attack by Wilkerson, dug on the back line by Trusty. Far side attack put down. That will be a kill for Malone from the right side.
And Malone has come out with the fired up. You can see the way they carry themselves onto the court. You can see how they're celebrating and how they just have a little bit of bounce in their steps. And so they're not giving up. They want to get in here and show that they can play volleyball at a high level.
That was Hannah Mextroth with her first kill of the contest. Card will set it far outside to Wilkerson. Blocked at the net, put back down on Cedarville's side of the net. Here's Blattner with a little tip shot. Defended by the Pioneers. Becker will send it near side to Pratt. She winds up and goes cross court, but the dig there by Malone to keep it in play. Trusty on the right side to Mekroth. Passed up to Cardwell. This is Pratt. Tip shot in the back corner. Trusty there on the dig. Near side attack from Adams, way off the back line. Point Cedarville.
And that was a good volley. It went back and forth several times, and now you're starting to see a defense of Malone that we've seen in the past. And so Cedarville's got to play through every single volley.
Chrissy Pratt Jr. from Crystal Lake, Illinois, serves it near side, out of bounds. Off the near sideline, point Pioneers. Lindsay Trusty on the serve, passed up by Pratt. Tough play for setter Cardwell. Roll shot just put across the net by Shelton. Adams from the middle, partially blocked by Blattner and Wilkerson. Kept in play. Pioneers, far side attack goes out of bounds. Mextroth misses that one on the kill attempt, 2-2.
And Malone's trying to go deep ball. They're trying to get around the block or over the block, and that's a great plan, but they're going a little too deep.
Gabby Olson checks in, replacing Blattner. And a touch call, ball in play, point Pioneers, 3-2, they lead it. Juliana Marino, a junior from Arizona, in to serve for Coach Hockman. Tough play there for Pratt. She gets it to Cardwell. Right side attack by Wilkerson, partially blocked at the net, but it finds space on the far sideline in front of Marino for the point.
And Taylor did a nice job of seeing that Malone's defense had pulled back, not allowing their deep corners to be open like they were in set 1 and 2. And in doing so, Taylor adjusted and sent it short of defense and was able to get a kill.
Wilkerson and Cardwell go out, replaced by freshman Kylie Bestie, who serves it across the net. Also Faith Ferris, the sophomore from Delton, Michigan, in there. And a touch call, honor call, by Cedarville will give the point to the Pioneers.
And that was Faith Ferris making that honor call.
Adams serving for Malone. They lead it 4-3 in set number 3. Pratt on the pass. This will be Bestie on the set. Back set to Shelton. Blocked at the net by the Pioneers. Becker there to cover. Now Faith Ferris winds up and gets the kill attempt, but kept in play again by the Pioneers. But a mishandle of that pass by Marino will give the point to Cedarville.
Doug Walters is using some of his freshmen, giving them some experience.
Shelton on the serve. Set near side. Gearing on the kill attempt. Dug by Becker. Quick set from Bestie. Cannot connect with Olson. Point Pioneers.
A little behind her. She had to reach behind her in order to try to keep it in play. Not able to do that. they'll make the adjustment, I'm sure.
Bestie tries it again. This time she puts it right, beautifully placed at the net for Gabby Olson to drill her 8th kill of the match. We're tied at 5.
And that's exactly what kind of set that Gabby Olson needed. She talked to Bestie, and she was able to make that adjustment, and you like to see that success right away.
That was a serve by Gabby Olson. Malone kept it in play. Bestie goes outside to Pratt, but cannot handle the ball cleanly. Point for the Pioneers.
And Kylie Bestie's hands were a little wet, I think. She immediately started wiping them on her uniform, and I think that's what caused the double hit.
Pioneers on the serve. There's the pass up to Bestie, fired across the net by Pratt. Pioneers can't control it. Off the block of Hannah Eliason. Point for Cedarville, tied at 6.
And that's that back attack game that we saw happening last night from Chrissy Pratt, and she continues to be effective from the back row this set and match.
Kristen Cardwell now serving. She'll send it deep on the back line. Pioneers on the attack. This is Mexstroth from the left side for the kill.
Cedarville's block was not together and timed well. Malone was able to capitalize on that and get a kill.
Sydney Black now serving. Malone with a 1-point lead in set number 3 against Cedarville. That's a tough serve. It is going to be, looked like it might be in from up here, but it's going to be called out of bounds by the line judge, who had a great look at it. We're tied at 7. Pratt serving. Trusty. Tough play right there for the setter of the Pioneers. It just pushed across the net. Now Cardwell outside to Shelton. The block is there, the Pioneers. Becker will send it near side to Wilkerson, who winds up and sends it across. Now at the net. Who's going to win it? Wilkerson keeps it alive. Now a roll shot by Becker. Now the Pioneers setting up the offense. A quick attack. Pratt is there for the dig. Cardwell back set. Taylor on the kill. And it hits the antenna out of bounds. Trying to go down line. And the point will go to Malone.
And that was a nice volley. Both teams playing good defense. Both teams reacting to whatever the other team was sending across the net. And Wilkerson just couldn't keep it in bounds.
Trusty on the serve. Pratt with a pass to Cardwell. Blattner on the slide attack, but the block is there. Adams and Cool there with the double block. 9-7 Pioneers.
And that's the Malone block that we were talking about, that we have been used to, and Cedarville needs to cover it.
Short serve. Shelton steps in. Cardwell right back to Abby. A wide open spot on the left side, and it was also a net violation. Give the kill to Abby.
And to Abby's credit, she saw down line was open and she was able to hit it.
Becker will serve it off the back line. Point Pioneers. They lead at 10-8. This is Julia Marino serving for Malone. Goes after Pratt. Cardwell on the set. Quick tip in the middle by Olson. Malone there to cover, but unable to get it across the net was Adams for the point to the Lady Jackets. Trailing now by 1, 10-9. And Bestie will check back in for Wilkerson. And Ferris in for Cardwell.
And so Coach Walters has decided to go with a 6-2 for this set.
Bestie's on the serve, puts it across the net. Now the Pioneers will set up their offense. Adams from the left side, unable to control the block. Olson and Ferris couldn't close it. Point Pioneers.
And that's adjustments that happen when you have a different player beside you. You've got to do a lot of communicating, but you're not used to it, and so oftentimes there's a breakdown.
Big miss serve right there by Mallory Adams, way off the back line. Point right back to Cedarville, now trailing 11-10. Shelton's serve not able to clear the net.
That's 3 missed serves on Cedarville's side so far, and Malone has 2. So 5 missed serves so far in this set. It's only about halfway through.
Haley Cool serving for the Pioneers. Little floater shot across the net. Bestie.
Gabby Olson's able to get her kill to go down, coming right out of the middle. Malone not able to keep it and make it playable.
Gabby Olson will go back to serve again for Cedarville, trailing 12-11, sends it across the net. Little flip shot at the net. Olson will dive for it, and how about Abby Shelton on the save? Crowd loved that one, but Malone answers right back. Veronica Gehring with a kill from the left side.
And Abby gave it all she had, and what a diving save. Too bad that didn't result in a point for her team, but she gave it all she had. Malone was not shook by that. They were ready for it, sent it down, and they lead by 2.
Serving to Becker, Bestie. Pratt puts it across the net, kept in play. This is Adams. She'll set it near side to Gehring. And that'll be a point for the Pioneers. They lead it by 3, 14-11.
And Cedarville's block did not penetrate, and so it rolled right down their arms on the Cedarville side.
Short serve. Shelton steps in. Bestie on a back set to Ferris. There's the dig by Trusty of the Pioneers. Right side attack by Mexstroth is blocked by Blattner and Pratt. Near side attack, a wide open spot in the corner. Give the kill to Gehring.
Cedarville's defense has to adjust to that back corner. As long as Malone's able to hit it, they're going to keep going there.
15-11 Pioneers here in set 3. A tough pass right there for Bestie. And Pratt steps in just to get it across the net. And a violation in the net. Actually a 4-hit violation called against the Pioneers to give a point to Cedarville. As Wilkerson and Cardwell return. Give the ace to Christian Cardwell. Adams was there but could not handle the ball cleanly. 15-13 Pioneers. Adams and Trusty go after that serve from Cardwell. Shelton on the pass. Cardwell to the middle attack. And Brooke Blattner will get the kill.
Brooke was able to use that middle hit effectively, and Malone was not able to get their block. They see these points clicking away. They had a lead of 3 or 4 points, and so they've called a timeout trying to stop the momentum that Cedarville seems to have right now. Real exciting to see when your bench is able to come out and perform. They were a little shaky at first, but they're starting to settle down. They're starting to get in rhythm. And you've got some leadership out there keeping them mentally in the game and encouraging them. And so that's what Cedarville is working towards right now in this set number 3.
Just the 7th kill of the season for freshman Brooke Blattner, but the team celebrated her. She put down that last point. The Lady Jackets' largest deficit was 4 points. They trailed 15-11. They've put 3 back up on the board to trail by just 1, forcing Coach Hockman to take her first timeout. I'm
sure Coach Hockman is pleased with the level of play that her team has come out and started this 3rd set. She doesn't want them to dip, and that's probably what she's encouraging them. A couple cleanup things, but telling them, let's stay ahead of this and stay in this.
Back to the action. Kristen Cardwell again serving for Cedarville. Puts it across the net. This will be a difficult play for Malone. Back row attack by Adams. Dug there by Becker. Cardwell far side to Pratt. Goes after Adams in that far back corner for the kill. For Chrissy Pratt, we're tied at 15.
Starts with the pass. And so the passing game has to be there.
Here's the pass. Adams. Near side Mekroth. Blocked at the net by Blattner. And right through the block on the right side, Gehring for the kill of the night for her. Sydney Black serving for the Pioneers with the 1-point lead. Becker on the pass to Cardwell. Outside, Taylor Wilkerson. Right down line past Lindsay Trusty for Taylor's 6th kill of the match.
And that's where Taylor likes her set. She was way off the net. She was able to get her full approach. She likes to hang it a little bit off the net, and so well played.
Chrissy Pratt will miss the serve, giving the point and the lead right back to the Pioneers. Back to the line to serve will be Trusty. Pratt to Cardwell, outside. This is Abby. She'll wind up and go down line. Wide open spot. Abby found it. We're tied at 17.
And that's a beautiful kill. When you can get that high and hang and send it straight down with power, that's what volleyball is supposed to look like.
Shelton's 7th kill of the match. Meckroth from the right side through the block of Shelton and Olsen for the point.
And Malone is not going away. They are playing and they're answering point by point and not letting Cedarville get a run.
Serving will be Julia Marino. 1 point lead for the Pioneers. Set 3. Pratt on the pass. Cardwell at the middle. Olsen. Pioneers will try and get it across on the free ball to keep the ball in play. Becker on the pass to Cardwell. Outside to Abby Shelton, and back-to-back powerful kills by the senior. We're tied at 18.
And again, that worked effectively the last volley, and so Cardwell went right back to her, gave her the same perfect set so that Abby was able to get in the air and send it straight down.
Abby Woodard into serve. Back set, Adams on the slide attack. Pratt can't get to it. Pioneers have the 1 point lead at 19-18. This will be Mallory Adams serving after the pass from Becker to Cardwell to Shelton, and she'll go deep far corner, and Abby Shelton is on fire. 19-19 is our score, the 12th tie of set number 3. And Abby will go to serve. Quick attack in the middle. Adams puts it across on the tip. Becker there. Olsen blocked by Adams of Malone. Now Cardwell. She'll try Pratt from the left side. Adams on the dig on the back line. Cardwell goes up and gets it herself, and a beautiful job going cross court for the kill.
And Kristen Cardwell has gotten better and better with that jump and approach type of thing right when she's at the net. She's been able to do a much better effective kill using that style this year.
Cardwell with 5 kills this afternoon. There's the kill attempt. It'll be a point for Veronica Gehring through the block on the right side of Cedarville. We're tied up at 20.
And again, Malone's not going away. They're not finished, and they're staying right here, answering point by point.
Haley Cool serving for the Pioneers. Shelton with the pass to Cardwell at the 10-foot line. Pratt goes up strong and through the block for the kill. And Gabby Olsen serving. We're just a few points away from the ending of set number 3. Big kill attempt from Gehring, kept in play. There's the pass to Cardwell. She'll go up, and it's an open spot again, and Cardwell has another kill. It's 22-20 Cedarville. Coach Hockman has to stop the bleeding. She'll take her second and final timeout. Her team down by 2, 22-20.
And Cardwell is just playing aggressive. She's playing smart. She's putting the set right in the spot where her attackers want. But when she has an attack, she's not afraid to take it. And again, that part of her game has improved so much. And so it's exciting to watch her lead this team. And Malone was not quite ready for an attack from her again because they just saw one. But it was effective, and now Cedarville has the lead, 22-20.
Cardwell, Blattner, Woodard, Pratt come onto the floor. As does Olsen and Shelton for Cedarville after the timeout. 22-20, just 3 points away from posting the victory. Here are the Lady Jackets. Olsen getting some experience on the back line for serving. Nicely done there on the scramble of the Pioneers, and can't get it across. A 4-hit violation. 23-20 Cedarville.
And when you're Malone and this is the score, that's not what you need. You need to come out of a timeout and get the next point in order to stop the bleeding.
Olsen will try to keep the pressure on, goes cross court, and Cardwell is there just in case that ball might have gone in play, and Brooke Blattner will step up and put it down. We're at match point, 24-20, Cedarville by 4. And again, 6'4", Gabby Olsen trying to finish it off this time. And just a couple feet off the back line to give the point to the Pioneers, still at match point though. Pioneers serving. Becker has to move forward to get that pass. Pratt on the kill attempt. Becker will pass it ahead to Cardwell. She's going to go outside to Pratt. She's going to go up and put it right at the back line. Now Gearing on the near side at Abby Woodard for the kill.
And Abby saw that attack coming right at her face. She put her hands up trying to keep it playable, but it went straight down on the court. And that was a great kill on the side of the Pioneers.
Becker on the pass. Cardwell. She's going to go out there to Blattner, but it's blocked by the Pioneers front line. Cardwell goes up for the kill, and that will finish it off as Kristen Cardwell, her 7th kill of the match, seals the deal, and the Lady Jackets will take victory here this afternoon over Malone, winning it in 3 sets to 0, 25-11, 25-10, and set number 3, 25-22. The Lady Jackets now 14-4 on the season, and now moving to 4-1 in the GMAC. The Pioneers fall to 4-17 and 1-4 in the GMAC.
We were able to see both teams make honor calls in that match, and so let's talk a little bit about that. Perhaps you're watching and you're not understanding why a team would tell the official that they touched that, and it happened for today on the block. And so both teams made an honor call during this match, and basically both of these institutions are standing for the honesty of the Word of God. And so an honor call is simply saying, telling the official, hey, I touched that. Sometimes officials don't see it, and so, but you as a player, you know if you touch that. And so it's basically saying, we're going to play, and we're going to play it well, and we're going to let you know that we touched that ball because we want to play with integrity and honesty. And so we were able to see both teams doing that, and that's a great quality of the type of programs that you're seeing in front of you during this match today.
Let's just look ahead for the Lady Jackets here as the 2016 volleyball season really kicks into high gear. It is fall break on campus next week, but the Lady Jackets will take the trip to the Chicago area to Aurora, Illinois to participate in the Midwest Region crossover, where teams not only from the GMAC but also the GLIAC and the GLVC will be participating. We know the times of those matches, but opponents still to be determined. 2 matches next Friday, October 14th, and 1 on Saturday, October 15th. Our next broadcast, again, the Lady Jackets in the midst of a nice homestand, will be on Tuesday, October 18th against Tiffin, a non-conference affair against the Dragons. That will be at 7 o'clock, and we'll remind you several ways before that match takes place. But nonetheless, a nice victory here this afternoon as we look at the official statistics. First of all, for Malone, 8 kills on the front line for Veronica Gearing to lead the way out of 16 attack attempts for a .438 attack percentage, 21 assists from Tori Hall, and on the back line, 8 digs from libero Lindsay Trusty. Just 2 blocks this afternoon for the Pioneers, and they end up hitting just over 10% for the match. For the Lady Jackets, again, a very balanced front line. How about 9 kills from Chrissy Pratt, from Gabby Olsen and Abby Shelton, 7 from Kristen Cardwell, and 6 from Taylor Wilkerson. 30 assists by Kristen Cardwell, and on the back line, Angela Becker put up 11 digs. 6 blocks on the set for the Lady Jackets, led by 5 from Gabby Olsen, and they hit for a very impressive .442 attack percentage in front of a crowd this afternoon of 253 fans.
And that was the key. Cedarville's attack percentage was much higher than Malone. Malone was not able to get their offensive game running, and Cedarville's block was just much more effective. And Malone is used to having a solid block, but that just didn't come today, and so they weren't able to stop the offensive attack of Cedarville, and so that was the biggest difference in this game and in this match today. But again, it's a conference match, and So Malone's going to have their homework to do a little bit and adjust before their next match.
Well, before we head out here this afternoon, Teresa, we did hear from a couple folks, including Coach Hockman's husband, Scott. As we mentioned, longtime friends are the Hockmans at Malone, and he appreciated being able to watch the Malone Pioneers here this afternoon. Also, Marilyn Plender from out there in Denver, Colorado. We appreciate her watching here this afternoon. But another nice victory here at home for Cedarville, and they'll be back here in the County Athletic Center on October 18th. Our thanks to our two student member crew here this afternoon, Noah Taylor and Kate Hartsock, running the camera and the computer. We appreciate them and their hard work throughout the season. Well, that's going to do it here. Lady Jackets victorious over Malone. For Teresa Clark, I'm Jim Clark. Thanks for watching Lady Jacket Volleyball here this afternoon on Stretch Internet.